All right, we're 6 games in, and I've heard that Karlamov, Yakushev, and Trechik are now curse words in Canadian vernacular, and similarly, probably in the Soviet Union, Bobby Clark is probably synonymous with something highly impolite. This is game seven. The Soviet Union is up 4-2. They can still seal 4 games to two, I mean, 4 wins to two, and they can still seal this replay of this series here with a win or even a tie here in the seventh game. They have 2 games in which they just need to tie in order to deliver the victory really to their home nation. This one being played in Moscow, and yeah, game six. I mean, though the score, there was quite a disparity with the score in my replay of game six, and historically, there were actually both striking similarities and differences. I thought, spoiler forthcoming in case you were planning on, for whatever reason, checking out game six after the fact, but basically you had a 1 goal game and Karlamov got screwed one way or another, and then you had a Henderson winner. So something about those few things, there were, I would argue anyway, some similarities between the sixth game in real life and in my replay. Anyway, that this is game seven, and yeah, without further ado, I guess might as well just get this one on the go. And it's not getting any earlier over here, so let's see what we can do. I've been trying to space these out a little bit, but I'm just kind of eager to do this one. I didn't want to hold off any longer on it. So here we go. We're going to take 1 minute off the clock here to start things off in the first period. And starting in goal for Team Canada is Tony Esposito this time. This time. I actually just went with as played, even though Dryden got the win in Game Six in both of them. I mean, he did surrender six in the replay, so it wasn't like Canada won because he played outstanding. So I thought, okay, I'm going to go with as played here, Esposito for Game Seven. As a result, you have a perfectly even matchup for I think the first time all series between Canada and the Soviet Union here. But we'll see how it actually plays out. There will be a scoring chance actually for the Soviets here right off the bat. In the first minute in the game, and that's going to be player S for the Soviet Union, who is Vladimir Shadrin, actually on the first line. Shadrin, he has it at the blue line. Let's see if he can get one from afar. No, he can't. So we're going to flip on here. We take another minute off the clock. We're 2 minutes in now. 61 will be no chance for either side. 2 more minutes come off the clock now. We're up to minute four. I have the tripod position differently, so I'm reaching even a little more awkwardly than normal. But anyway, with an 81, that's going to be the second consecutive chance for the Soviets. This time it'll be player E. Player E is Boris Mikhailov in the third line. That could be actually another curse word in Canadian at the moment. Mikhailov has it in the slot. And he continues to make a case for himself here. He's really building a case for series MVP in this one would argue. He's been a little more consistent than, say, a Yakushev, but here it is early on. Let's see, I'll take 46 seconds off the fourth minute. So 3 minutes and 14 seconds into the first period here. It's 1-0 USSR. And L1D1 I'm looking at, though I'm actually going to look at L3D1 Mikhailov. He can't assist on his own goal, but his line therefore does. Blinov and Petrov getting the assist of Mikhailov's goal at 3:14 here into period one, and it's 1-0 for the Soviet Union. We take another minute off the clock here, up to minute five, and there's going to be a scoring chance for the team, for the I wanted to say the Canadians and Team Canada at the same time. The Team Canada Canadians, there you go. Paul Henderson, of course, because who else has it? Paul Henderson has it here in the face-off circle, and Henderson is going to get Canada even not that long after here. So let's see. It's become a bit of a one-man show here for the Canadians. Paul Henderson, Esposito. I mean, he's put up a few points here and there. He's put up a point or so here and there, but this has really been Henderson's series so far in this replay. Anyway, I'm going to take 58 seconds off, so I'm going to say at 4:02, that was 48 seconds after the Soviets opened up the scoring here. Let's see who assisted on Henderson's goal. We're going to look L2D2 with the R5. I could argue that Henderson took a shift with Esposito. Why not? And Henderson himself is the left wing. So I'm going to actually do that. I'm going to say Henderson from Esposito. Who likes unassisted goals? Not me. Henderson from Esposito, plausible to me. Maybe they were getting ready to change and Clark headed off ice. Esposito came on, and or something like that, something therein. I don't know. It could have been the other way around actually. Henderson last to leave the ice and the line change there for the second line. Anyway, it's a 1-1 hockey game here, and 3 more minutes come off the clock now, up to minute 8, and that's going to be another scoring chance for Team Canada. Team Canada this time, play ref. Play ref is Dennis Hull on the third line. Hull has it in the slot, and Trechik coming up with a big save here to keep the game even. And so we flip on here. We're up to minute 10 now. And at minute 10, 86 back the other way now. The Soviets with the scoring chance. Player B is Alex Yakushev. Yakushev has it in the face-off circle. Just about to make me pay for that comment about being less consistent. But Esposito, to his credit, coming up with the stop here. 3 more minutes come off the clock. Now we're up to minute 13. And with a 67, that's no chance either way. 2 more off the clock now. Up to the 15th minute of the first period. With a 70, there will be no chance for either side. Up to minute 18 now here in period 1 with an 84. That's going to be a chance for USSR here late in period 1. Player D for the Soviets is Shadrin. Shadrin with the puck. And he had a scoring chance there earlier in the period. It was Mikhailov who scored the goal. Shadrin has it in the face-off circle, and he doesn't score on that chance. So let's see here what we're going to get. We have 2 more minutes, so that's going to bring us from 18 up to 20, but I will see if anything transpired up to the 20th minute. That is a homebrew. That is how I play it, and we don't have a scoring chance for either side. Now I'm going to check and see if this is a 0-minute card. If it is, we're going to have one more. We'll flip one more card, and if not, it's intermission. It's actually a 0-minute card, so let's see what we get here. In the dying seconds of the first, we are going to have a scoring chance for Team Canada. The way that I play it has worked against Canada earlier in the series. Let's see if it can actually finally work to their benefit here. So Team Canada, the scoring chance. Player B for Team Canada is Phil Esposito. Phil Esposito has it in the slot, and he doesn't score. So Tretiak with a pair of really big critical saves here, and this is not a 0-minute, so we are in the first intermission. The score is 1-1 after 1. Okay, I have to remind myself to breathe here. Back for period 2, and it was the pair of players, I'd argue, each making a bid for series MVP, getting on the board for the respective countries in the first period. You had Henderson for Canada, Mikhailov for the Soviets, and but then again, Tretiak, to his credit, stoning Esposito in the fire. Phil Esposito, not Tony Esposito, there in the final minute there to keep the game even. And so we play on here. Our first flip here to start period 2. It's going to be 2 minutes off the clock here to kick things off. 61, that's going to be no chance either way. So let's see here. 2 more minutes come off the clock. We're up to minute 4 now. And period 2. 35, that's going to be no chance for either side. And 3 more minutes come off the clock, and we're up to minute 7 now. Let's see here. At minute 7, that will be a chance for the Canadians. And player A for Team Canada, once again, that's Paul Henderson. Paul Henderson with it at the blue line this time, though. And actually, we're going to flip here to see if Esposito can make a spectacular save. With a 5, that's out of Esposito's range. So it's going to be Team Canada. Paul Henderson 2, Boris Mikhailov 1 here in period 2. And the exact time, we're going to say it's 6:37 because we'll take the 23 seconds off minute 7. And so it's 6:37 here in period 2. Paul Henderson with his second of the contest. Henderson, who scored like 4 last game, including the game winner. And I'm looking at L2D2 here for assist on the goal. Line 2 center is Bobby Clark. And Paul Henderson can't assist on his own goal, but it's 6:37 here. It's Canada up 2-1. So let's see here. Another minute's going to come off the clock now. We're up to minute 8 with a 20. That's going to be a chance for Team Canada as well. Team Canada, let's see here. Player U this time. Player U, Ron Ellis in the second line. Ellis with it at the blue line. And once again, we're going to see if Tretiak rather, for the Russians can make a big save with a 5. That's the second consecutive 5 save flip. And once again, Team Canada, that second line strikes once more. They're up 3-1 here. The exact time of this goal is 7:32, so this was 6:37, 7:32, 55 seconds later. Canada getting their goals early in the game and in bunches. Again, it's so interesting to me, at least, how the storylines can transpire. Even when Canada was at home, it seemed that they were stronger early. These were tight games early, and then the Soviets would always come back late. That was also true in Game 6 as well, where Canada had a 4-1 lead in Game 6, actually. They got a 3-1 lead here now, but they blew the 4-1 lead in Game 6 and then had to battle back from behind here just to get the win. Anyway, let's flip to see who assisted on Ellis's goal here at 7:32 of the second period. It's going to be L2D2, so that's going to be Serge Savard here picking up an assist, and Paul Henderson with an assist as well. Henderson with 2 goals and an assist in this one so far. That gives him like 7 points at least in the last 2 games, if not more. I might even be forgetting another assist. Anyway, a minute comes off the clock here. We're into minute 9, just about halfway through the game, and of course we're going to get a scoring chance for the Soviets now. Player Y on for the Russians is Yuri Lyavkin. Actually, Lyavkin will have it at the blue line, so he's going to fire one from the point, and look at that. clean, beats Esposito clean from the blue line. So there you have it. Canada's celebrations, their aspirations of building a lead here, really short lived. And it's Liavkin from the blue line here. I'm going to take 59 seconds. I'm going to say at 8:01. So that would have been, let's see here, if my math is correct, that's 29 seconds. He had 55 seconds and 29 seconds. So 3 goals scored here in an 84-second span. And it's gone from a 1-1 game to a 3-2 game just like that. And let's see here, Liavkin, I'm going to look at L2D2, though Liavkin is on D1. His defensive line mate, actually, Vasiliev, will get 1 assist on the goal. And Liavkin can't assist on his own. So it's a pure defensive effort here from the blue line. Vasiliev across to Liavkin, and from the left side, he manages to fool Esposito cleanly on a seeing eye shot. So we're going to take 2 more minutes off the clock here now, just over the halfway mark of the contest, because of course it is 60 and done here, no matter what the outcome is, what the verdict is, what the score is, I should say, after 60 minutes. And with a 14, that's going to be a chance actually for the Canadians. Team Canada looking at player J this time. Once again, who else? Paul Henderson looking for that hat trick once more. Henderson this time with it in the face-off circle. And he scores. It's going to be 4-2. Paul Henderson. Wow, Paul Henderson just he puts it top shelf where the missing Canadian steaks and beer are, and reportedly, and let's see here, I'm going to take 55 seconds off, so I'm going to say here at 10:05 really, so exact, pretty much, just halfway, past the halfway point of the game anyway. Should be careful trying to get a little too wordy with things here, the fatigue setting in here at this hour over here. I'm going to say L2D1 there for the assist. Yeah, I took 55 seconds off, so L2D1 for the assist. That was the goal from the face-off circle. And with the right wing with the assist, that's Ron Ellis. And Paul Henderson, once again, cannot get a helper on his own goal, or else he'd have something like 12 or 16 points in the past pair of games. So anyway, at 10:05 here, we're going to flip on Henderson, putting Canada up by 2 once more. 4 more minutes come off the clock now. We're up to minute 15 of the second period. And in the 15th minute, there will be no scoring chance for either side. 3 more minutes come off the clock now. We're up to minute 18 in period 2. With a 78, that is 1 under the Soviets' range. So we flip forward. Another couple minutes come off the clock now here. Now, once again, I'm going to flip this card to see if anything transpired up to minute 20. And yes, it is a home brew or a house rule. And we're going to get another chance, actually, much like in period 1 for Team Canada here at the tail end of period 2. This time it's going to be player D. It was Esposito stoned at the end of the first. And of course, player D, Paul Henderson. I want to superstitiously add who else, if I'm being quite honest. But this time he has it just at the blue line. Perhaps he's run out of time and he's unable to score. If this is not a 0-minute card, which it is not, it does mean that we have the second intermission here. Felt like a relatively quick period, too, at least to me, though I see that another 6.5 minutes roughly has gone by here on the camera clock and the time, so I guess I just have been gabbing a bit much. Anyway, the score is 4-2 Team Canada after 2. Okay, it's time for period 3 here. 4-2 Canada after 2, but we're going into the third now where the Soviets really have dominated Canada so far in this replay. They've been really relentless in the final 20. They did it in Winnipeg. They did it in Vancouver. They did it in the first game in Moscow. They even were ahead in the second game in Moscow, game for that matter, game 6. So let's see what happens here in period 3. It's 4-2 Canada after 2. And we're going to take 2 minutes off the clock here to start things off. And lo and behold, we will get a scoring chance here for the USSR here early in the third period. Let's see, player A. Player A is Alex Yakushev. Yakushev just with it at the blue line where Esposito did surrender one earlier to Liavkin. And he doesn't here, though. Manages to shut the door there on Yakushev. 2 more minutes come off the clock. So we're up to minute 4 now. And at minute 4, once again with the 97, that will be a scoring chance for the USSR. USSR player E is Boris Mikhailov, who did score earlier in the contest. Mikhailov once again, though, with it at the blue line. And Esposito, once again, Canada, I guess they're doing a good job right now playing around Esposito. So 2 more minutes come off the clock here. We're up to minute 6. And here in minute 6, once again, this is going to be the third consecutive scoring chance here in period 3 for the Soviets. What did I tell you? Can Canada hold off 3 straight chances? Player S for the Soviets is Shadrin. Shadrin has it at the blue line as well. A lot of chances from the blue line. And this one as well doesn't manage to seep its way through, or does not manage. You know what I'm trying to say there, I hope. So anyway, 6 minutes in now, 3 chances for the Soviets all turned aside. 2 more minutes now off the clock. We're up to minute 8 here in period 3 with a 63. That's no chance for either side. Canada with some respite here momentarily. 3 more minutes coming off the clock. We're up to minute 11 now here in the third period with a 37. That will be no chance either way. 1 more minute comes off the clock here. We're up to minute 12 now. And here at minute 12, there will be, and it's funny, I was about to remark there's yet to be a penalty called so far in the contest. Potentially there is one to the Russians here. 12 minutes into the third period. Had it been just a few minutes after, I would have disqualified any, standard 2 minute minor with it being the final 5 minutes. But with that said, we're not in the final five. I'm looking at ZX2 on their card. I don't see any Zs. And I don't see any X2s, so I'm going to assume that they escape with one here. The refs keeping their whistles pocketed, keeping their whistles in their pockets. Let's see here. We're up to minute 15 now. And there's going to be another scoring chance here for USSR here in the final five. And that's going to be Valery Kharlamov there from the second line. Kharlamov, who was able to play in this game because he was not injured by Bobby Clark in Game 6. Kharlamov here has it in the face-off circle, and he's going to score and make this a tight 4-3 contest, which was the actual score in Game 7. So let's see here. Kharlamov, I take 40 seconds off the 15th minute. Here at 14:20 in period 3, it's Kharlamov. I'm looking at L1D2, technically L2D2. The R5, Maltsev, his centerman, has that assist rating, and the left wing is Kharlamov himself. So Kharlamov from Maltsev at 14:20. At period 3, you have a 4-3 hockey game. Soviets, as a reminder, up 4-2 in the series. Let's see what we get after this. 1 minute comes off the clock here. We're into minute 16. With a 60, that's no scoring chance for either side. 3 more minutes come off the clock now. We're up to 19. They're going to quickly look to yank Tretiak should they not get a scoring chance here. With a 71, they don't get a scoring chance here, so I will flip for the empty net here because after 19 minutes, so going into minute 20 here, I will flip and see if they manage to get anything with the extra attacker here in the final minute, the USSR, because again, all they need to do is tie to take the series. So if you're losing, why not pull Tretiak again if this were real? So here, it's going to be an empty net goal for Team Canada here in the 20th minute. So it's looking like Canada will emerge victorious. There was one other game where actually Canada got the empty net, in this replay, and then the Soviets scored in the final minute, the extra attacker. So, and I do the 0 minute final just to see if there is a dramatic minute. But anyway, with that said, empty net goal for Team Canada. So how I play this, I'm just going to look at the letter of the next card. Player M on Team Canada. I'm looking at Jean Ratelle actually scoring that empty netter. 5-3 for Canada before I get to update it here. And Ratelle, let's see if anyone assisted on. I'm going to look actually at L3D2 and line 3 center being Ratelle himself, and left wing, that's Dennis Hull. So it's going to be Ratelle from Hull. 1 assist is fine on an empty net goal here in the final minute of the third period. And if this is not a 0 minute flip, if there's any time on this card at all, then I'm going to say it's game. So 2 more minutes come off the clock. So there you have it. The Canadians backs to the wall. Down 4-1 in the series. It is now 4-3 for the Soviet Union. They still have the series lead, and may the best team win here in Game 8. I said before Game 1, I just wanted, prior to dropping the puck for that, I just wanted a close competitive series. And honestly, I didn't want to say this aloud, but I thought, even if the Soviets take it in Game 7, at least it got to Game 7 before one team or the other had clinched it. So Game 8, I guess stuff is still up for grabs. Once again, with a win or a tie, the Soviet Union will prevail in the series. You could have a reverse verdict. With a tie, it'd be 4-3-1 for them. And in real life as well, Henderson, there was, I think, like 28 seconds left on the clock or something when they scored. Like, it was really that close. It was 4-3-1, and of course they outscored us by a goal. They and us, meaning, just Canada born and raised here. But anyway, this is kind of, what else would you expect from a series like this? So anyway, that's definitely more than enough out of me for the time being. You could probably hear it in my voice right now that I've been using it, have used it a fair bit today. So time for me to go chill out, rest, and probably try to listen to some of you guys meaning some people who may or may not, be checking this out. But anyway, with that said, anytime that you give anything like this any consideration, while it's never expected, it is always appreciated. And Game 7, 5-3 final score here, Team Canada. I want to jokingly say that it felt like Henderson scored like 6 of Canada's 5 goals, if that were even possible. But being that as it may, it's 5-3 Canada in Game 7, but 4-3 for the Soviet Union here in the series. And once again, definitely more than enough out of me for the time being. So bye for now.